wait for Jefferson for to share the video. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And a question for all: the universe and this kind of videos are interesting for you in general?
Very interesting. I think, yeah, I like it.
Yes.
I think it's interesting, but it's complex, and that is the thing is funny for me or interesting for me. The complexity in general is, for me, is a kind of therapy for open my mind in general.
Sure.
Let me share the video, and let me give some information or facts, okay, about the universe. These are different images for telescopio Hubble. Do you know the Hubble?
Yes, the Hubble telescope.
Okay. Some images are the Hubble in HD, and that video contains an image do it for ultra profundo space, ultra deep space. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Astronomers in 1996 attempted to do something extraordinary. They pointed the Hubble Space Telescope into a part of the sky that seemed utterly empty, a patch devoid of any planets, stars, and galaxies. This area was close to the Big Dipper, a very familiar constellation, and the patch of sky was no bigger than a grain of sand held out at arm's length. This was a somewhat risky move by the scientists. After all, observing time on this telescope is in very high demand, and some questioned whether it would be wasted trying to look at nothing. There was a real risk that the images returned would be as black as the space at which it was being pointed. Nevertheless, they opened the telescope, and slowly, over the course of 10 full days, photons that had been traveling for over 13 billion years finally ended their journey on the detector of humanity's most powerful telescope. Their feeble signals collected almost one by one. When the telescope was finally closed and the images were processed, the light from over 3,000 galaxies had covered the detector, producing one of the most profound and humbling images in all of human history. Every single spot, smear, and dot was an entire galaxy, and each one containing hundreds of billions of stars. Later, in 2004, they did it again, this time pointing the telescope towards an area near the constellation Orion. They opened the shutter for over 11 days and 400 complete orbits around the Earth. Using detectors with increased sensitivity and filters that allowed more light through than ever before, over 10,000 galaxies appeared in what became known as the Ultra Deep Field, an image that represented the farthest we've ever seen into the universe. The photons from these galaxies left when the universe was only 500 million years old, and 13 billion years later, they end their long journey as a small blip on a telescope CCD. These galaxies, while standing absolutely still, are racing away from us, in some cases faster than the speed of light. The space-time between us and everything else grows larger by the minute, pushing the galaxies in this image to a distance of over 47 billion light years. And because of universal expansion, the farther something is away from us, the more its light is shifted toward the red and the faster it appears to be moving. Edwin Hubble himself discovered this by measuring the redshift of many galaxies, and it's a measure of not only speed, but distance as well. Recently, Hubble scientists put the icing on the cake. Using the measured redshifts of all the galaxies inside the image, they made a 3D model of the ultra-deep field. This is how it looks when we apply the distances of the galaxies in the most important image ever taken. There are over 100 billion galaxies in the universe. Simply saying that number doesn't really mean much to us because it doesn't provide any context. Our brains have no way to accurately put that in any meaningful perspective. When we look at this image, however, and think about the context of how it was made, and really understand what it means, we instantly gain the perspective and cannot help but be forever changed by it. We pointed the most powerful telescope ever built by human beings at absolutely nothing, for no other reason than because we were curious, and discovered that we occupy a very tiny place in the heavens.
What do you think?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
In that image is the solar system in a scale of Chile continental. The sun is in Arica, and the rest of the point are the different planets. For example, 7 kilometers of Pisagua is the Earth. That is the dimension of the space. Another facts, the dimension of our solar system are 12 billion of kilometers. That is a scale. The distance between our star, the sun, at the most near star, Proxima Centauri, is a 4.2 light years from Earth. 4,2 años luz. The size of Vía Láctea, Milky Way, el radio es 52.850 años luz. It's a big space, and we maybe think a point in the universe we are in general.
Yeah, the distances are quite vast. So if you guys don't understand light speed or light years, if it's 4.2 light years, that means you have to travel at 300,000 kilometers per second for 4.2 years. In Spanish,
it's unimaginable.
Si tú quieres ir a visitar a la Próxima Centauri, tendrías que viajar a una velocidad de 300.000 kilómetros por segundo por 4.2 años y llegas.
Have you heard a theory called the Great Filter, el Gran Filtro?
Filtro. What was about the Gran Filtro?
I found it in Spanish, but I can to say something in English. It's a theory that analyzes the without evidence of life smart beyond our space. O sea, no sabemos que haya otra especie inteligente todavía. Entonces, this say is a paradox, una paradoja. There are 9 stages of a civilization. The first, planetary system. The second, molecules. The third, single cell life, vida unicelular. O sea, vida unicelular compleja y simple.
Okay.
The next, the sexual reproduction. The next, animals with big brains. In the prehistory, maybe, of Earth. The next, us, our civilization. And then the last in that theory is colonization explosion. Did you see Interstellar film?
The movie.
Do you remember?
The
movie, yeah?
Yes, yes. I do remember.
In that film, not say it explicitly, but it's based in a principle, in that this theory, unlikely or improbably. That is the sorry.
The problem with the Gran Filtro is that, okay, I believe this, but the problem is that if you want to contact or see an animal in another planet, it's the time frame. So if our planet took 1 million years, and because of the amount of what do you call it, the how old the space is, it's very difficult to be in the same time frame. It's very difficult. So I believe this.
Improbable.
I believe this. O sea, yo lo creo. I believe this, but the problem is the time frame. Do you guys understand time frame?
Es como una ventana de tiempo.
Que estamos en la misma ventana de tiempo.
Okay.
I think there exists the life in the other planets.
What kind of life, maybe? ¿Qué tipo de vida puede haber? I think
smart life. Más avanzada que nosotros, incluso. Yo sí creo en esa vaina de los extraterrestres.
Sí.
Idem.
I think in nuestra historia remota de la humanidad, we don't know cómo fue en realidad. No sabemos.
It is very, a ver, ¿cómo? Ya va, tengo la palabra pegada, pero es que no la consigo en español ni siquiera. Es como narcisista pensar que nada más existimos nosotros.
Es que claro.
Claro. Selfish. It's the word. Selfish. What I mean about the time frame, I believe this, the Gran Filtro, I believe there must be some other animals in other planets, but it's the time frame. So it's like el que recién nació y el que ya se va a morir ya. Entonces son dos time frames diferentes.
Claro.
Y la otra dimensión, lo que decíamos hace un poco tiempo, son las distancias. Es tan enorme la distancia que si la otra estrella está a 4,2 millones, o sea, 4,2 años luz, como dice Jheferson, si existen civilizaciones más avanzadas que la nuestra, podrían venir y irse sin que nos diéramos cuenta, claramente.
Claro. Sure. And Jose, you had some pictures there. Can you go back to that screen?
Yes.
The one before this one. You have Telescopio Hubble there, la 20 mejores, just on the The next one to the
This. Mira. Let me see. The galaxy, el sombrero, the hat galaxy. Los pilares de la creación. Esta es magnífica, esta foto.
Eso, nebulas.
La imagen más antigua del universo, la que vimos en el video. The most ancient image. La nebulosa del cangrejo.
So for everyone, nebula, that's where the stars are born. Ahí donde nacen las estrellas.
Exacto.
Jose, do you use a telescope in
No.
physical?
No. I don't have anyone. I
In-
never
in-
used.
In house of a family,
Ajá.
¿cómo se dice el vecino?
Neighbor.
Neighbor of my dear aunt have a telescope, but in Chile is the most picture, the most in Chile you can show most parts of the universe.
Because the kind of sky.
Yes, tiene mejor posicionamiento supuestamente según lo que he visto.
Yeah, the southern hemisphere is the best to see the sky. Jose, on this photo here, you said that it's about the galaxy. It's about 100,000 light years in distance, and this photo, it's two galaxies colliding. Son dos galaxias chocando. But, so if you have a car accident, don't worry about it too much. Imagine this.
Es una extensión masiva.
Yeah, it's if you think about it, we are just one little dot, and these two galaxies están they're merging. How you say merging in in Spanish? Merging. Fusionarse. Merging.
To merge.
Merge. So these two galaxies are merging together to become one big galaxy. It's really beautiful.
Beautiful images, but incomprensibles a veces.
Where I have problem understanding this, Jose, it's like on this picture here. Every dot here, every single light here, it's a galaxy. But do you see the arcs? You see the arcs? Yeah, that one there, that arc. At the bottom, you see more arcs. That's when light goes through a heavy subject. When it goes through the heavy subject, the light goes around.
Sí, es cierto.
Okay, so that star there can be the same as the star at the bottom, and this is gravitational lenses. So that star near that arc can be the same one as the star at the bottom of that arc. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's showing you the same thing at the top and it's showing you the same thing at the bottom. Te está mostrando la misma cosa porque está haciendo un lente de gravedad. O sea, porque la luz la luz dobla en un cuerpo masivo, como una galaxia en este caso.
Claro, y en general te dice que las galaxias tienen agujeros negros, como la Vía Láctea,
Sí, yes, yes,
que es un agujero, o sea, un objeto muy pesado, muy
yes.
denso.
Yes. But in that picture, it's really good if you don't understand lentes gravitacionales. That picture is really good. Just look at those arcs, and then that's how you go. That's how you understand that light is bending. Se está doblando la luz.
La luz. Saturno es la más fome de estas. Como está aquí al lado, así que no es tan importante. For me, it's interesting watch documentaries about that. It's a hobby in these days.
It is. It's a beautiful hobby. When I was very young, my friend had a telescope and he gave it to me. Me lo regaló. This was in Australia. I think I was 18 years old or 19 years old. 19 years old. And we went to see Jupiter. So it was a dark night, no clouds, and we went on a hill. And we pointed the telescope towards Jupiter, and we can see the moons of Jupiter. And we can also see the clouds in Jupiter. And that was very impressive. That was the most impressive of everything. To see the clouds. And we also saw Saturn. But Jose, if you go back to the Saturn, can you go back to Saturn? Okay. Yeah, so Saturn here, it's already has gone through a filter, a color filter. So when you see it on the telescope, it's just white. It's the white color. You cannot see colors. Yeah, it's just white color. You don't see anything else. So they put it through filters, and then you get this picture.
Okay, I understand.
A really beautiful expedition we did. It was when we went to La Cuarta Región in La Serena. That was really beautiful. If you want to see, yeah, if you want to see another, if you want to see the different galaxies in Chile, go to the ¿cómo se llama? El observatorio, en Cuarta Región. Observatorio Tololo. Yes, Tololo. Yeah, and you pay money, and they will give you a tour, and they will explain everything. It's really, if you like this, do that. And it's not far from Santiago. It's a good experience.
There is an event one occasion in year, but I have one friend go to the sea space, but I don't know in where date. O sea, tengo un amigo que viaja una vez al año a ver algo del espacio, pero no sé, va a algún sitio. Hay algo aquí en Chile que hacen una vez al año que no sé si es que pasa un cometa, pasa. No le he preguntado, pero él siempre viaja a ver eso.
I understand what you said in English. You said it good. But yeah, Cerro Tololo, probably it's good to learn good things like this. But you cannot go to the European or the ESA agency in Antofagasta, creo que está. El VLT, el Very Large Telescope. I think it's Antofagasta.
Second region, sí.
Second region, somewhere. Yeah. You cannot go there at the VLT, the really expensive big telescopes. You need an invitation, and you have to book advance, or say mes de después, something like this, like 6 months later. Yeah. If you got
prefiero ir al Tololo nomás. Voy al Tololo.
Jose, if you really like it, I can give you more information. There are projects that do astronomy projects, because they take photos, and it's millions of photos, and you have to analyze them. And then they teach you how to analyze them, and then if you have time, like half an hour or 1 hour, you can start choosing what you see, if it's correct or not. Like if you go to the galaxy that they were crashing, merging, those are spiral galaxies. So you put, yes, they are spiral galaxies. So the project, what it does, it's they identify different types of space phenomena, and that's how you can help. If you like this, that's how you can help.
Okay.
It's very interesting. And
For
then
me, it's great.
And like this is optical astronomy, then you can do radio astronomy, which is again different, very different.
Okay. I stopped to share my screen.
Yeah, now that was very good. That was very good. It's interesting. Any more questions, guys, regarding Jose's topic? No. Anyone else?
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question about what did you have this new hobby, Jose?
Maybe for some movies I was watching last year, Interstellar, Mars, and some chronicles in the news in general. It was a light in me.
Okay.
It's a very old science. Very old science. It's very beautiful. We have.
I have a comment. I have a comment.
Okay.
Something will to speak about our English enterprise class.
Okay. Yep. How was the English classes?
How can I say aburrido?
Boring. Boring.
Boring, so boring for me. Maybe I have high expectation for that class in compare with our class in this moment.
So,
In my case, Claudio lowered the expectation.
Claudio. So it was Claudio's fault. It was Claudio's fault.
Okay.
Yes. But
Devuelva la
my
plata y
class,
por-
yes, my class is normally is basic class, and the teach ask the basic questions. What is your name? What is address? what is the second name? What is the
Okay, so it was too basic.
yes, too basic, but the class is not bad. No es mala, o sea, para ser la primera, pero the sound is very bad.
Oh,
the teacher's sound is terrible.
Okay. Okay, wow. Claudio, you were saying?
And in my case, the class was about the verb to be. It was review, basically review. But the teacher was not horrible like Jheferson and Jose. But I think that that is very early for now.
Okay.
But we will have a second class tomorrow, and
Yes.
then I think that will be better.
Okay.
The Jose's teacher, no, teachers Jose and Jheferson teacher is the same teacher.
Okay, it's the same teacher.
Same teacher. Yes.
Okay, and Antonio, what do you think? You enjoy it?
For this first class, it was quite short,
Okay.
and like say Claudio, it's too early to give conclusion.
Okay. Okay, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, if you have a question about the, like, say, the to be, or regarding any questions of the class, make it a topic. Just make it a topic, so we can talk about it 5 minutes or whatever. So just, if you have a question, make it a topic. Okay, so remember that, guys. And
Okay.
and yeah, I think we're about to finish here on this day. Okay, let's keep doing that. Let's keep doing the presentations, hobbies. That's really good. I have no idea Jose liked it. I liked it. I myself like astronomy. I got a few courses. If you have any more questions like that, you can do it. Yeah, hobbies, they're really good to talk about. Even if other people don't like it, but we can practice the English. That's the best. Okay. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Okay.
See you next week.
Okay.
Thank you for.
See you later,
class.
guys.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.